Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy P-Funk. Thinking right out here in my lab. I do what I do for you. Oh, I got part 2 of this lesson we doing called now it's called the Indian mantras and meditation technique. I'm gonna take you into that one, but I'm gonna wrap up the words of power, heka mantras, and we're gonna do the Indian mantras. So let's go. Rightisms, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in my stories for life. I give you life lessons. You tuning in and receiving, I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking way of life through mental and spiritual discipline. Practice daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to, know thyself. You see where we're going with this? Let's get that together. So I asked the question, do you know you? You will when I get through. Yeah, that's what I do. It's rhetorical, but if you don't have to answer for yourself, tune in. I got you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm a spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. They thinkers. Know thyself and two. Maya, be true. I'm wrapping up part 2 with the mantras and hekas. This is the Indian mantras. Now, some of these phrases you're going to hear, because I'm going from India, and then we're going to go over to a cocktail. We got 1 or 2 Christian concepts. Matter of fact, the Christian concepts took the Indian mantra. Watch this. Let's go. It starts with the divine self. Om. Remember, Om. That's the only pronunciation you can say where it vibrates and it only stays within yourself. There's no tongue movement. There's nothing to That's what they call it. Idea of meditation. That's the divine self expressing as the Holy Trinity. I tell you again, is the witness in consciousness that's invisible, hidden, where in the mind, Ra represents the thing up in the sky, but it also represents the mind to get you to visualize understanding that there's something else. And Pata, the created one, self-created, the physical universe. So those 3 makes what we call the Trinity. Royal Trinity, all right? Holy Trinity, so. But now let's talk about the Indian mantras. They had a philosophy that pretty much mirrored ours, so let's talk about theirs. They assert that I love my neighbor as myself. Christ said what? Love your neighbor as yourself. This is the original. Just to make clear, I'm going to say break it down. I'm giving you the origins of the concepts that y'all only 2,000 years old. So there's a lot of stuff going on before y'all come along. So understand that, Christian. No insult, but just want to let you know, everything you know, I already know, been there, done that. I'm not concerned with that. If you get the message, understand the message, live it, then you'll be blessed and rewarded. I can tell you that much. Ain't no problem. All right, so let's go. I love my neighbor as myself. You say I, meaning you holding yourself accountable. It's not saying you, being commanded. No, I love my neighbor like as myself. I am the embodiment of service. All right thinking philosophy, we are what? Self-service. We help, selfish service. We help others just for the purpose of what? Helping somebody else. That's a godly thing to do. Render service and not want that in return. There lies the difference. You doers, they offer service, but they get a service with look for something in return. A non-doer will get a service and don't want nothing from you. That's me. I care for all human beings. Why? I don't know. He didn't give a damn about nobody. He didn't give a damn about nobody. I care. Where the hell that come from? Change the thinking. Change the concept. Again, that's what I'm trying to show you. I wasn't always like this. This is a change. For me personally, for the better. But yeah, I love all beings. And all living beings in the universe as I care for what? My very self. I'm doing now this for somebody else, not for myself. Well, it was told to me that I do this because it's my therapy, and I kind of agree with that concept. So yeah, but I'm doing it for what? Somebody else. Selfless. All right? I'm just doing it and hope somebody can take it, use it, and benefit from it. That's why I do it. Moving on. Not for how much you gonna make. No, don't concern yourself with that. That's not my issue. Again, but I had that concern. I care for all in nature as I care for my very own body. I don't squash bugs. I done got really, a little beside myself. What? Because I care. Showing concern for somebody other than myself. Now, here's another good one. This is the one that y'all really got wrong, and I hope I can clarify that one for you right quick. You assert within yourself. This is a valid. Remember, everything starts with assertion with yourself starts with the I. Assertion of a concept, you will see different. It says, I am divine. We call God the divine. I am God. That ain't being facetious. That ain't being nothing but understanding who you are. And when you know who you are, you can say that with conviction. Christians will tell you, I am Christ. And yeah, why? If they're living it, doing it, they are. That was the purpose of it, to teach y'all to be like him. Hello, we just had a different concept. We started this, so everything else is spin-offs. I ain't got a problem with that. But I'm just giving you the origin. I'm big on where it comes from. We got information. Go get it. I did. I am not this mind and body with their negative thoughts and desires. That's human. We in the body, anything you doing here is human. When you go into the next level, the astral plane, the body is not going with you. The spirit and the mind goes. The body stays here. Moving on. I am. Whenever you say am, you're affirming yourself to be whatever you say you am. I am the self. I am divine. I am who I am. I am that I am. Whatever you want to call it, but the I am is claiming. You're claiming. Sorry, I get excited. Calm down. See? If I was in classroom, I'd be freaking out because that's the passion I'm trying to make the point across. So I could just calm down because I ain't in the classroom environment, so I can calm it down. All right, I get it. But I am the self. I am divine. I am God. I am who I am. Papa tell you I am that I am. He's a selling man. Okay. He do the things that selling men do. Fight, get drunk, get the girl, and sell the boat. I'm Papa to sell. Whoop-whoop. Okay, but again, we are who we believe and think we are. And you can manifest that. That's becoming God. That's how God created himself. Sorry, calm down. The self, who is like a bird. That's why everything have wings. The physical body don't have wings. The spirit has the wings as a bird. God Ra is the bird-headed falcon. Tahuti, God's mind. He's the ibis-headed bird. Ascension, that's what it's all about. Physical man can't physically ascend. He can mentally. That's the name of the game. All right, let's go. Hope you get the concept. Now, yourself is like free as a bird that can That can fly around the vast expansion of the sky. Just like your mind can go forward, backwards, anywhere it wants. It ain't stationed here. I am not this perishable body. Ignorant people don't know that. More ignorant people think when you die, you're dead, you dummies. That's what we're telling you right now. The body is going to die. It's temporary. The spirit can't. The mental that goes with the spirit will go on if they connect. Heart, mind, coherence. Boy, I'm doing good. That is the conglomeration of your body is made up of earthly elements, but the internal parts is spiritual. That will someday return back to earth. Just like the spirit should return back to where it's come. Get the concept? Boy, I'm so amped up today. I am the spirit, which is subtle, which is internal, and is also free of all physical association with the body. Whatever the physical body goes to the spirit, don't give a damn. It don't feel nothing. Okay, you do. I am free from all associations of the body. Again, be they a family, country, etc. These associations of the body may have a particular value in the world of time and space, right here in the flesh. But they do not in any way affect or hamper the real me, my spirit. Only consciousness. The physical body controls the consciousness because it's in this state of mind now. But the actual self, the real self, could care less. Let's go. Now the next one is, here's a good one. Again, they stole this concept. I and the Father are one. Oh, that's Christ. Yeah. No. This is way before Christ. Before Christ even glimpsed anybody. This was the philosophy that the Indians philosophized. And it says, this statement has the most ancient origin. So, no, Christ didn't originate it. Moving on. This is what I mean by information that's useful. Something that can help you, not just, I ain't got time for that. I'm teaching. So, the ancient origin of that phrase, and it is one of the highest spiritual teachings. Where do you think he got it from? The 18 years that y'all claimed at 12 he disappeared, showed back up at 30, preaching what? The gospel, the good news. He learned it. He was enlightened. He was doing what I'm doing. I ain't consider myself Christ, but the messenger to give people information to help them get to God. I just don't preach it. I just try to teach it from a philosophical point of view, but I'm doing the same thing. My pastor told me I have a ministry. Okay, I ain't say that. I'm just teaching right thing philosophy. Hope somebody can get it, understand it, and use it. That's it. Where is that down here? Right here, it says within, right here. I am not the physical body. I am free to touch the body. Okay. Now, anything that you do in the physical world, don't bother the spirit at all. That's the point. Now I got another one. Okay. Where we at? Oh yeah, we down here. The Father and I are one. The Vedic said this. Watch this. This statement is the most ancient. Again, that's why I'm at. Sorry, but I lost my place. Now, it exists in ancient Egyptian mystery system. I know that. And even in the Indian Vedic teachings. And it is used as what? As a heka, words of power. God and I are one. My Father and I, how you want to view it, and y'all took the slice and put this, they telling you, I and the Father are one. Me and God are one. And the mantra that we're talking about right now, the heka, words of power. And if it's repeated with deep sincerity and mental understanding, the feeling by those aspects who's doing this, it's just, I tell you, I get like this right here about my yacht. It just makes you feel so loosey-goosey, So, and those who want to direct their minds toward their essential nature will aspire to reach that level of knowledge of self, to become one with the Father. But it's things you have to perform in the physical to make that happen. That's walking the walk, implementing the teachings, meditating and reflecting and using them. That's how you reach that level. You must now have to be able to realize that you are the focus of this is what they call a Christian movement. Christ, getting to God, connect yourself with the Father. That's your concept. I understand it. But not you, your ego personality right there. The I that we identify with is the ego self. The I am is the spiritual enlightened self. That's the difference when you say I am. You don't know who you are. You think you're the ego, and the ego thinks it's God. Why? The ego killed his brother Assad. That's where they got the idea of the ego edging God out. When you on your own, you got no God in you. You just on your own. We know a lot of people like that. And some people can survive through life. But what happens at the end won't be the same. Okay? Now the game has changed. Now you want God. As long as you're getting what you want materially, as long as you're getting the pleasure of the flesh, as long as you're doing everything is cool. But when it's time to pay the piper, let me see that heart. Let me see what kind of person you was. That's what they live for. That's the difference. And that's how I live now. So that my heart would be able to pass the test of being sincere, honest, and a good person. By living right. When? Daily. Do you? And your ego personality have to give in. Why? Because of your body, your name. You have identified with the self. That's not God. The true self is God, but you identify with the ego self. That's the difference. But when the innermost self within you, that's what the ego had to submit to. A lot of us Malcolm did it best. He had the best example when he was in prison. He couldn't bend. He could. His ego wouldn't allow him to give into this supposed to be God, because he'd been trained so much to just see, feel the senses, the five senses. If I can't see it, feel it, smell it, taste it, it ain't real. So he didn't know how to give into his ego. But when he submitted that ego, ain't looked back since. That's what it does. It'll change you. And if you get a real dude to change his perspective, you got a bad man. Trust me. All right, you got a bunch of ignorant people professing or thinking, believing, but they're not sincere from the heart. So it don't work for them. Okay, Malcolm and the people who run the Nation of Islam fell out for a reason. Moving on, I ain't trying to get into that. Like y'all, we call y'all what? Nigger Muslims. Y'all over here doing your own thing. Y'all didn't follow. I know Muslims. I had to get this one in. I'm at the Wawa, and this morning, want to get my stuff before I go to the gym. It's about 10 minutes to 6. The loading guys who work in the bin, whatever, they stopped, put their mats out, and went into salat. Y'all call it prayer. Okay, I saw that. Those guys I respect. If you are Muslim, in this prayer time, you go into prayer. That I respect. If you claim to be a Muslim, ain't prayed, ain't went to the mosque, ain't did a damn thing but sell beanie pies and sell papers, you ain't no damn Muslim. Oh yeah, you okay? Yes, they call y'all niggas. Yeah, that's not Islam. Islam is living by the. I know what Islam is. Remember, I know religion. You don't. For those who follow it blindly and believe they got something and they ain't really got nothing. Why? Because they're not doing it the right way. Sincerity. The right way is from here. If you smoking cigarettes, getting high and creeping and sneaking, you ain't no Muslim at heart. Spare me that. And when Jesus, hey y'all go Christians, when he stated he and the Father are one, he didn't make that up. He didn't just create that out of his own imagination. He was taught that. He was trying to teach it to you, like I'm trying to do right now. All right? He was not referring to his physical personality. No. You see what happened to the physical body? Okay, that ain't what he's talking about. He was referring to his innermost self, his Father, him higher self. We are Haru. The spirit is a son. That's our Father. So that philosophy has always been around. Even for y'all, right here, Jesus did the same thing. He was also not referring to, watch this, God as the creator Father, sitting up there on some throne that y'all telling about God sits so high. I don't subscribe to Christian theology for that purpose right there. You took God out of man. I don't subscribe to that theory. So anything you got religious, please keep it to yourself. I got no use for it. And because these are the mental concepts of you ignorant people that they give y'all of human beings have created in their minds, they think God is, the terms, the Father and God are metaphors. I tell you, at church, my pastors, moms, when she prayed, she say Father. She called God. And my great-grandmother, they referred to God as Father. So that was their mindset again. They knew who he was in the male concept. Father, defender, protector, generator, operator, and destroyer. They had a concept about that, and it was in male form. Moving on. But to explain that which transcends, God is a metaphor. To what? To explain that which transcends all human concepts. It's next level. And you ain't taught, you ain't inspired, you ain't educated, you're ignorant of that concept. You don't know. I ain't saying you're dumb or stupid. It just means you're ignorant. Ignorant means not to know. And if you believe something, you're ignorant. Why? Because you don't know. I don't do no believing. When we think of God using this new understanding, mindset, what happened? We should now begin to think right about what? That which is what? Without name or form. We make God man. No. God is without name or form. That's what we keep telling you. Spirit and consciousness. No name, no form. Get the concept? A lot of y'all don't. But that which is all pervasive. God is all. We keep saying that, but y'all really don't get it. And he's internal, okay? And that which is what? Not personal. Personal is you. You ain't nothing but a speck. Look within yourself and what happened. Your soul is all of these things also. Ding, 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 ding. Well, I didn't know. That's what you was ignorant about. My religion didn't tell me that. That's what you're ignorant about. Again, whatever your excuse is, I ain't trying to deal with it. Why? Because I know better, and that's what it is, just an excuse. But to know means to not believe, okay? Not to I thought. Monday morning quarterbacks thought. When you sleep, your ego, what? Is not there. It gives in. It just acquiesces. I love this. I hope you're getting it. Whoever paying attention, this is what I do, teach. Now, you don't need to have a name or a form, and yet you continue to exist in your mind, in your sleep. The body's at sleep, it's at rest. You're using what? All this. The body is not part of the trip. It stays here. The mind go wherever it wants. Astral planning, all that good stuff. That's because the mind is what? Not in the box. It's outside the box. Okay? Therefore, you're what? Now, you are not the ego. So that tells you the real you ain't your ego. Ding, 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 ding. The ego answer to somebody. If he get it together, if you can put him in that position, he will serve you. And well, trust me on that. He's the fight that's in you. So if you got him under control, you can't lose now. Why? When they go to underworld, do the fighting. Everybody's freak out. That's the ego self, okay? I thought he was bad. No, he just need to be controlled. Like I keep trying to explain to you, he's the best fighter. When you reflect and constantly on what? This relationship between what? You and your innermost self, that's called being what? God conscious self. And the innermost self is of all creation, which is God. And because now you are what? One with that same being. Hello? What's this? This is static union. And it should make you blissful. It should make you at peace. Why? Because this static union with the divine is the most beautifully described by Sister Teresa de Jesus, who also popularly known as Teresa of Avila. Don't know her, but let's talk about what she did. Oh, I guess she's Indian. I forgot about that. Yeah, this is their concept. So this is the sister. We call her Mother Teresa, whatever. I think that's who. But it says right there, she says, the soul neither sees. It's not male or female. It don't have eyes. Don't need to see. Neither do it hear. Don't need ears. That's for the physical body. The senses need those things. Nor understands while what? While she is united to God, God established himself in what? Our interior of the soul in such a way that when she comes to herself, her higher self, realize who she is, now it is impossible for her to what? Doubt or believe otherwise what she knows for herself. That's becoming God conscious right there. And if you're a Muslim, just you and Allah connection, that's what you're doing. Christians, so it's understandable, but it's all mental. Let's go. And each individual has the right to do just that. And she has been in God, and what? God has been in her the whole time. God was with me when I was doing that analysis. I wouldn't think about him. Again, I've been honest, wasn't godly at all. And my best customers were church people, so I had no respect for y'all. Okay, understand that respectfully. So does that what? The beauty and the majesty that's stamped on every soul. That's God's imprint. That nothing can drive it from what? Her memory. When you know, and you're going to know for what? Eternity, which is what? Yourself, and you are one with God. You're going home. That's the concept. Christians and y'all, whatever way you tell it, how you present it, it's all come down to the same thing. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm just teaching it from a concept. And the soul now is no longer what? The same. I don't think like him. I don't do none of that stuff. Why? I've changed from the inside. Okay, and that dictates the outside. Just what you see now. This is the outward of me now. Walking around with right thinking on my chest, a big eye, and pyramids around my chest. Everybody got symbolism. I see it all the time. I ain't no different. I ain't got a problem with it, okay? Everybody express themselves the way they want. I'm not going to get no tattoos. I'm not doing no, whoa. Mine's all mental. I understand that. But when you reach this level, now the soul is no longer the same. It's always enraptured. I mean, it's conscious of itself. That's knowing thyself, nihas. This assert, like this, the innermost self is not the ego. Hello. The ego destroyed the higher self and take its place. And you don't know that, so you need to be what? Enlightened, taught, and prepared like Harut. I said prepares Harut to do better with what? The ego, your uncle, the evil self, your other side. You am one with what? Your innermost reality, not the ego, of all that exists, which is God, which transcends all outer manifestation. Anything in the physical world, don't care about none of that. Why? It's just here. It ain't going nowhere. You can't take it with you. Consciousness, knowledge of self. You take that with you. That's what you're going to need. Nothing physical. Sorry about that. Every time I think about this Luke Skywalker, when Yoda said, go check out yourself. First thing he grabbed was his pack, his weapon. He said, you only gonna need what you take in there. If he went in that cave in peace, he would have came out. He went in there looking for a fight, and that's what he got. Remember, all bullies, looking for somebody to fight. Don't worry, it'll be plenty of people who would oblige you in life. So again, wrap this up. You have become the outer manifestation, all names and all forms. This is the eternal realization of the divinity within you. And it's up to you to realize that, for yourself. Self-knowledge. Know thyself. Wrapping it up. Here's a good one. This is the best. The kingdom of the Father is spread upon the earth, and I see it. Recognize and respect nature? How could you miss that? I can prove God through nature. I ain't got to argue, fuss, and fight. Stop breathing. That's God. How long can you go without him? Not too long. 4 minutes, you'll lose consciousness. 6 minutes, party's over. What? You need Air. That's God, represents by shoe. We gave it a name. It's an element, but we need to have it. You can't see it, can't touch it, can't taste it, smell it, but you need it. Sound like God? Yeah, that's what it represents. That's a part of God showing you himself in manifestation. Let me wrap it up again. I'm rolling. Let me say that down. I'm having fun. Hope you're getting a good lesson. Hope you're enjoying this one. This world of the universe, aka my body, my loved ones, all human beings are only manifestations of the divine consciousness. Again, I've been saying that for the longest, but all this is a reflection of the innermost self. Hello. Who is eternal and infinite. Hello. I, the innermost self. I, self, am the sustainer of this reality as I sustain my dreams in the vastness of my mind. All that I see is a reflection of the innermost self. All this is the kingdom and queendom of what we call heaven. Therefore, both internally and externally, I have discovered what we call the transcendental reality of knowledge of self, or reality of who you are. I am all this. I'm all that in the bag of chips, as y'all say. And not realizing when you get to God, you am all this. I am that I am. And this is the external realization of the divinity in all creation. We can state the claim because we are the manifestation, the reflection of the Almighty, all God. And once you realize that, you become one with that. So when this physical body runs out and it's going to, you're going home. So any philosophical or religious dogma, theology you got, it's all going to lead to the same thing. Okay? So understand that they different but the same. So I want to make that point. So I ain't got nothing against nobody or how they do it. I just got my way. Again, right things, hope you enjoy the lesson. In closing, you all live to be 100. 100 minus a day. So I none of my right thinkers who know how to use the words of power, heka, and mantras have passed away. And when you do that, we don't pass away. We just go on to what we call the afterlife. And for y'all who think death is final, ignorance, and you should die. Bye.